Do you want more? More time, more balance, more love, more sex, more money, more real, and less bullshit? This is the Women Wanting More podcast with Dr. Karen Osborne. Real life, real stories, plus real tips to get you more of what you want.
So now what? So you've gotten through the big challenge, you've reached the big achievement maybe. You've accomplished the thing that you've been trying to do, right? You did the work that led you get to there. You attracted the miracles into your life. You kind of reached, I don't want to say the end, but the thing that you've been trying to do, right? The goal, the outcome, the result. And then you get to that place and you celebrate and you're like, yeah. And then here's what tends to happen for a lot of us. Then we start to go, okay, now what? Like, we allow ourselves a little bit of time to celebrate, or maybe not. With love, sister, and this is no judgment, but it's not uncommon for some people to not even celebrate. And they go, oh, well, I did it. And then on to the next thing. They don't even give a moment to just go, man, I did this, right? And then now your brain starts to go to place, okay, now what do I have to do, right? In that constant, sympathetic stress response, fight or flight, go kind of thing. Or you drop into what Brené Brown refers to as foreboding joy. And that's kind of like waiting for the other shoe to drop. Do you get me with that, sister? Where it's kind of like, you got to the thing, the result, the outcome, the experience, the money, like whatever that thing was, the weight loss goal, whatever you were trying to kind of achieve. And then you kind of go, oh shit, this could all be taken away. She gives the reference, she often, when she talks about this, says, talks about any parent that knows that, right? That you remember when the kids were little, they're babies, and you kind of look into the crib and you go, oh God, what if something happened? I remember the night that our first son, Tyson, when we adopted both of our children and from birth. And so Tyson was, oh gosh, he was a day and a half, he was born, and then we took him home the very next day. And I remember that first night, and not being a person at all, it is not part of my MO to kind of worry obsessively or get concerned about stuff. I'm, very much developed into me, which is strong and trusting and does shit still happen? Is shit still scary at times? Of course, right? Do I still have doubts? Of course, everybody does. But when it came to children, and because we had been trying for so long to have children on our own, and I've always loved kids. I started babysitting when I was 8 years old, and I'm just I got this kind of thing, right? And then I remember we had a bassinet, so next to the bed, and putting Tyson in the bassinet and just being oh my God, we're parents, I'm a mommy, so happy. And then turning off the lights and then quickly turning them back on and going, oh my God, is he breathing? Okay. That is the experience of foreboding joy. Of you have this thing where you're really happy and you're afraid that it's going to go all away, right? Now what? Or, again, like I just said earlier, you just go, what's the next step now, right? And it's interesting when I talk about parenting because right now, so our sons are 8.5 and our youngest Kai turns 6 in about 5 weeks. And I look back at that and I go, oh man, I see, other moms at school that are there with their younger ones. They've got maybe an infant or a 2-year-old or a 3-year-old. And I look at these cute little, pudgy legs, big cheeks, so cute, curls, talking, but, kind of not really talking, saying little things here and there, just adorable, trying to keep up with big brother, big sister. And I go, man, I don't think I was as present during those times because of the now what, right? What's next kind of thing. And I find myself still in that, I find myself still kind of being this place of okay, now what? So right now school is ending where we live. And then I'm trying to figure out camp stuff for the kids this summer. I'm going to spend some time with them. Of Of course, I'm working in between that. There's some other things that are happening right now too. And I'm just in this mode. I found myself go to there of like, now what? So what do you do with that? Right? Regardless of the quote unquote type of person that you are, pessimist, optimist, realist, whatever, half full, half empty, no glass, throw the glass out the fucking window. Who cares, right? It's just like, what do we do with this? What do we do with this? Well, the biggest way that I have found in my experience, and when I coach and work with clients, and this might sound kind of like Pollyanna, right? Or like it's too simple. It was so funny. Remember when we were in practice as chiropractors, people would be like, so I come in here and I come in for my regular adjustments and you help to clear my nerve system. And then, so my brain can now connect with my body better through my nerve system, which controls everything. And then my body actually heals and it works better. And we're like, yep, you got it. We're like, wait a second, that's too simple. Like it has to be more complicated. So when I share this with you right now of what the one tool that has been to get you out of the place of just, well, now what? Or what's the next step? Or foreboding joy is to simply to do this, is to be present, is to be present. So as I'm looking over the next couple months, that'll be very, very busy for me with summer stuff going on and other things that are happening. I started to kind of make a list of stuff today and I was like, okay, well, that's fine. I'm going to kind of like get it out in paper so I'm aware of these things coming up. But then it's like, what 2 things am I doing today? And then it's just that. It's like, what is the next step? What is the next thing today that I have to do? Not in 5 days, not by in the next 30 days, but like, what just needs to happen today? Let me be present with today. Let me be here now. Because when you then go fast forward into the future, or you go into the past, right? So if you're past or future, you're not present. You're not present. I mean, you were in the present moment, thinking of the past or thinking of the future stuff, but like, you're not here, right? It's again, looking back. If you are a parent, you get this and you go, yeah, I kind of like miss some of those times. And you can do it without regret, just as an observation of like, man, yeah, I was stressed out with kid number 1. Kid number 2, a little better. Maybe if you've got more than 2 kids, once you get to that point, you're like, they're good. You know, like, let me just kind of be in the moment. Who gives a shit about the house being messy or whatever percentile their freaking heads are. Like, who cares? Like, just, they're alive. They have clothes on, or maybe not. If you're like our almost 6-year-old, he's naked a lot of the time. Like, they're healthy. They're growing. We're good, right? And you kind of let go and you just are present in those moments. Present in those moments. So the easiest, fastest, most efficient, the way that you get out of that place of foreboding joy, which is the projecting into the future of what's going to maybe be taken away from you. Really, it's that, right? Or your ego, fear, the mind is going to a place of, well, last time you had this thing and it got taken away, so better get ready, sister. Prepare yourself, right? So you're either in past or future and you're not present when you're in that moment. You're not present. So here's your more tip for today. 5 times today, I want you to set the alarm on your phone. Yes, 5 times. 5 times. Don't go to the place of, well, should it be in the morning? Should it be it doesn't fucking matter. Just pick 5 times. We all have cell phones. Set your alarm 5 times. Okay? And every single time the alarm goes off, you're going to take 5 deep breaths into your belly. Okay? So if you need to have your hands over your belly as you do it, or I think even better is 1 hand on your heart and 1 hand on your belly, and take a deep breath, breathing in through your nose and then out through your mouth. And when you breathe in through your nose, you're going to feel your belly expand. Okay, now, some of you, this simple exercise of breathing might be difficult because you might never really breathe into your belly. Like you kind of breathe into your chest, like you're a shallow breather, right? But you just stop every time that alarm goes off and you breathe in through your nose, belly expands, and out through your mouth 5 times. That's it. Because what happens is when you take a moment and you breathe, you're present. You can't go anywhere else because you're focusing on your breath. Right? You're focusing on your breath. And for you, this might be such a monumental thing because you are just in your head all day long. Past and future, past and future, past and future. That just to do this will create such a shift for you. And if you choose to continue to do this on a regular basis, daily basis, awesome. Awesome. But just for today, that's your more tip. Set your alarm 5 times every single time it goes off. Doesn't matter if you're with the kids, maybe in the middle of a meeting. You can just breathe by yourself, Just breathe. Breathe in through your nose. Feel your belly expand. And again, I find it's easy just to have a hand on my belly, or you can have both hands. But what I like to do is have a hand on my heart and a hand on my belly. I just feel I feel connected into my body that way when I do that. Okay, so 5 deep belly breaths. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Hand on your belly, hand over your heart, or both hands on your belly. Just to have that physical awareness of your body as you're breathing, to help you to be present. To be present. So sister, there are currently 2 spots, just 2 that are left for my one-on-one summer coaching program. So this is 3 months that we will roll. Now this is going to, obviously we're into about the 3rd week in June right now as I record this episode. So this will roll into September for the final 2 women. But this is for women that are just, you are at a crisis. You're at a crossroads. You're like, fuck, like all this stuff is blowing up in my life. I'm trying to do stuff on my own. I need help. I can't do this on my own. Like, please show me the tools. Please help me with the map, Karen, of how to get through this, right? And, the 3 biggest things that I found with my clients right now, and from all the feedback you give me and from my private Facebook groups, is these 3 things. Is feeling not worthy, not feeling like you really understand what it is to be in your feminine, and the 3rd is just to be such a prisoner to the subconscious programming that goes on, that you are just looping these experiences over and over and over, and you don't know how to get off the crazy train. Okay, so these are the tools that we go into deep with this one-on-one coaching. And what's interesting about this coaching program right now, too, that I've never done before, and I'm loving it right now, like loving it. Clients are loving it, is that you have me literally 24/7. Now, yes, I'm not going to wake up in the middle of the night. If you message me, and there'll be, sometimes I'm with family and kids and that kind of thing, but you literally have me 24/7, because what I found in coaching is like there'll be a lot of stuff that happens like from our regular weekly call, and then a lot of life will happen in that period of time. And so in the past, I found with clients that we would lose some of that momentum. We'd still see great results and shifts and changes, but if we can really stay in like longer, right, and not have periods in between where it's like now suddenly all this shit has come up, then we can really move mountains over these 3 months that we're going to work together, 90 days over the summer. Okay, so women that are at a crossroads, something's come up in their life or has been going on, and you need help. You're ready to really move past this. You were like sick and tired of being sick and tired of all the stuff that's going on in your life. And, you really need to have someone, a coach in your corner to really guide you through this in a loving way, holding you accountable in a loving way, to be able to hold this space for you and to teach you the tools of how to move through this that'll last you the rest of your life. So if this is you, here's what you need to do to apply. Because yes, this is by application. Email me, drkarenosburn@gmail.com, drkarenosburn@gmail.com, and simply say, Karen, I'd like to apply for one of those 2 final summer spots. Okay, these will go quickly. It's not a lot of time that's left here to jump on it. And so, you might have heard me talking about this the last couple of weeks. You're like, oh, I should I, shouldn't I? Listen, if you're feeling something within your heart, even if it's like that excited feeling, but also like really scared, that's a good place to be in. That is your body telling you like it is time to take a jump. So email me to apply, drkarenosburn@gmail.com, drkarenosburn@gmail.com. And then I will connect with you from there. So I will talk the next episode, sister. A life of more is one step away from you really understanding how to be present every single day. I love and appreciate you.
To get the show notes of each Women Wanting More episode, including the How to Get More tip, subscribe to the newsletter at drkarenosburn.com/newsletter.